Welcome to Module 6, the Defect Life Cycle, and it's also called the Bug Life Cycle. In the previous module, we talked about what a bug is. Now we follow the bug through its entire journey, from the moment the tester discovers it, through the developer fixing it, and all the way to closure. So this defect life cycle is how testers and developers collaborate day to day. Every defect tracking tool is built around these states. Interviews very commonly ask you to walk through the bug life cycle, and it's one of the most common questions that will come across any QA interview that you give. So by the end of this session, you'll know exactly how bugs are reported, how developers respond, and when bugs are closed. So there are three practical questions that we would try to answer: how bugs are reported, how developers respond, and when bugs are closed. So a tester finds a defect and logs it with a title, steps to reproduce, expected versus actual, severity, priority, and screenshots. So a good report lets the developer reproduce it without asking for anything extra. Now the developer or the triage team reviews and decides, is it valid? They accept and fix it, or push back by rejecting or deferring it or marking it duplicate. Not every reported bug will get fixed immediately. Now once a dev finally fixes the defect or the error, the ball returns to the tester. We retest it, pass it to close, or if it fails again, we reopen it. Now a bug is closed by the tester who verifies it and not by the developer who fixes it. Now this is the key slide where you will see what are the main status or state where you will know about what the bug status is right now. So the first one is new. The moment a tester logs the defect, reported but nobody has looked yet. Then is assigned, where a lead reviews and assigns it to the specific developer. Third one is open, where the developer accepts it and starts working on it. Then is fixed, where the developer marks the change, makes the change and marks it fixed or resolved, done but not yet verified. Then is retest, where the ball returns to the tester. We rerun the test again to check if the fix is as expected. And then there is closed. If the retest passes, we close the bug. So developers do not close bugs. The testers who reported it verifies if it has been fixed and then close it. There is a separation of duties that keeps the quality honest. Now there's one thing that you guys might come across while in your practical work areas. That's the reopen loop. So if the retest fails, the bug is reopened and sent back to the developer. This loop can repeat until we have a fix that is actually working and our code is working as expected. Now let's look at some alternative paths, because in the previous slide I said that not every reported bug gets fixed. Developers can respond in other ways. So the happy path is ideal, but a developer reviewing a new bug has other options beside fixing it. The first one is rejection or rejected. Now this is actually not a defect. It is working as designed or a misunderstanding. If you are confident it is a defect, you have to reopen it with more evidence, but check the requirement, because there is a scenario where the developer has developed against the requirement, although it might not fit into the user perspective. The second one is deferred, which is a real valid defect that would not be fixed now. It is of low priority, or there's no time in this release. We park it for a future release, and it's very common for minor cosmetic issues. Then there is duplicate, which is already reported. The new one is linked to the original and closed. So it's always ideal to search the tracker before logging a new bug where maybe multiple QAs are working. If there are multiple testers that are involved in testing a module, it is better that you look up at what all bugs have already been reported, because there's a high possibility that you are logging in a duplicate bug. And finally, the fourth one, cannot reproduce. This is the one that the dev cannot recreate. It usually means the report lacked detail or it was intermittent, And this is why a detailed bug report matters. You should add logs, you should add screenshots, exact steps, environment, and then resend the bug. So cannot reproduce and rejected, they often trace back to poor bug report. If there are better reports, then a smoother life cycle is guaranteed. Now, the defect life cycle is a handoff between the tester and the developer, with the lead doing triage in between. So, new is logged by tester, assigned is the lead triages and assigns, open fixed is at the developer's end, the developer owns the work, retest is at the tester's end, the tester verifies, and closed or reopened is again done by the tester who make the final call. So ownership is a big principle that lies here. The tester owns the bug cradle to grave. So you report it and you confirm it is truly fixed and close it. You are the one who will be opening it and you are the only one who will be closing it. The developer owns the fix but not the verdict. So in Jira, each state is a board column. Dragging a card moves it through the workflow. Names might be different. It might be open to in progress, fixed or resolved, ready for QA, but the flow in general is universal. So with this, we come to the end of our sixth module. So a bug is born new, lives through assigned, open, fixed, retest, and dies closed unless it's rejected, deferred, duplicated, or cannot be reproduced. With the upcoming modules, we'll be digging in deep to the different terms that we have seen, like severity, priority. Then we'll talk about the different types of testing, agile, and scrum. Like, subscribe, share, comment which defect tool does your team use or you would want more information on. See you in the next module where we classify a bug's importance with severity and priority. Thank you.